Hey viewers, welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on the Jeep again, and the next thing we're repairing is a rattly exhaust shield. So this guy right here, okay, this sits up under the car and goes kind of on the top of the muffler to shield the muffler heat from the cabin, right, from the floor pan. And as you can see, this like rusted out. This is kind of how it should have been, right? This thing was rusted out. These guys were actually attached to the nuts that held this thing together once upon a time, and this guy was just rattling around. We got a new shiny part direct from Mopar from the dealership, and it was the best price. I was shocked, but that's where we got it. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna take you up under. I'm gonna show you kind of what this is looking like. So there is the exhaust. We've dropped the exhaust. And we've got, kind of frame this, all these mounting holes here, all these 4 mounting studs with these nuts with kind of an integrated washer. And this basically all just rusted out and the whole shield just kind of fell through, right? So simple part swap, but I figured bring along for the ride and show you, this kind of stuff, tips, techniques. Maybe most of this might be pretty obvious, but your first step here was dropping the exhaust, right? And for those who don't know, exhaust is held on with these hangers. So your exhaust system had these little metal brackets welded on, and then you have these rubber hangers that attach the thing to the frame, and they just slip in there. This helps suspend the exhaust from the bottom of the car and helps with dampen like vibrations and whatnot. So you gotta get that thing and drop it down on the ground so you can access these bolts easily without, you could probably get at most of these with a wrench, assuming they'd come off. But mine were pretty rusted, so I was like, nah, I'll just drop the exhaust and then I'll hit the use the impact gun to buzz these off. So getting these off, spray soapy water, just a soapy water solution around all of these joints. In this case, mine, you can see, was rusty crusty. This car came up from the north of us, where you guys, rust out your cars periodically. We don't have that problem down here in Oklahoma, thankfully, but this car had a little bit of it. So this was all rusty. It wasn't so much seized in this rubber bushing, but it was crusty and hard to get out. So soapy water, and then just a pair of channel locks to kind of pliers to kind of squeeze and twist and get this thing out. They make a special tool for this that makes it a little nicer, but I don't have that tool, but I have channel locks. So that's what I used. So 2 of those, 1 on each side. That'll pop that out. And then these bolts. So these were rusty. So I did the normal prescription for rusty bolts. I sprayed them with penetrating lube, right? Just penetrating oil. Let it soak for a bit. And then I used this guy right here. Milwaukee M12 3/8 drive impact gun. Works wonderful for small bolts. Running the Tecton sockets, impact sockets. In this case, those bolts were 11 millimeters, and it worked fabulously. Buzzed them right off, no problem. They were not seized up at all like I thought. So that's good. So there's a new part. This is literally bolting it all back up and putting it back together. Nothing fancy, but I figured I'd show you the process I went through, and the techniques I used to get the rusty bolts loose and those exhaust hangers loose. So maybe you'll find that helpful. I don't know, but I hope you do. Anyway, I appreciate everybody watching. Thanks for supporting the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.